the highest level of corruption that we have in our country, and why the people of Uganda must draw lessons from the Republic of Kenya. In the most recent days, we have seen quite a number of undertakings by the government. A few of the honorable members of parliament who are suspected to be involved in graft and swindling of public resources have been summoned. And this has stirred public debate on the commitment of our government as far as the fight against corruption is concerned. Quite a number of commentators have asserted so well that we should keep our hopes in the current regime and that very soon corruption shall be wiped out. I refuse to associate with that school of thought. The school of thought that I associate with is that the people of Uganda have a duty to rise up and oppose the current level of corruption. And this must stretch from the religious leaders to the civil society organizations, to the laymen and women of this country. Ordinarily, it is the people to hold the government to account. And a people that is laid back, a people that is not duty-bound to stand up and say, no, enough is enough, that people shall be taken for granted. And this is where we are. If you have been keen on the manner in which the current government has governed us for the last 35 years, you would see that especially around 1995, it was about the people. The leading ideology was really about the people. What is it that was in the best interests of the people of Uganda? Structural adjustment programs, the SAPs, came in. Still, it was about the people of Uganda. The shortfalls notwithstanding. Post-2000, 2001 moving forward, it shifted. There was a paradigm shift, moving away from the people of Uganda to particular individuals. But still, the most corrupt ones would be called to order. Remember the cases of Mike Mukula, Jim Bwesigye, etc. The big fish in the pond were fished out once in a while. As the people of Uganda increasingly surrendered themselves into royalty and a patronage system, the ideology of NRM has shifted completely from a people-centered movement to an individualistic and egocentric approach. And the real questions of today are ones of whom should we fight and whom should we avoid? Who should be granted the leverage to plunder and swindle public resources, and who should not be allowed the same right? If you look at the manner in which corruption is being fought today, you realize that there are big people that should be in custody right now as I speak. If we had a sane government, They are honorable people that we call honorable, men and women, who should be in custody. And in actual sense, there is nothing that has been done to these guys. And yet there are those that we don't even have a trace on. They are the ones being pulled up and down. These small people do not matter. They are simply being used to woodwink the general public, to appear as if there is an effort to fight corruption. But the truth of the matter is that corruption is killing us softly. Corruption is worsening the income inequality, the gap between the rich and the poor. It's so huge that we can afford to ignore. The problems that the ordinary people face in our country, many are the young people that have been buried because of the illnesses that can be treated. You find someone is dying of malaria, but when you ask why did this person die, because he couldn't afford 100,000 to obtain treatment, and the nearby hospital could not offer that treatment. And they take away our public facilities, they replace them with their private enterprises. They will render the next school nearby useless, and they will swindle public resources and construct a school nearby to tap into the market resource created by the inadequacy of public services. The quality of the roads that we have are not the best. A road is constructed using a loan to be paid in 25 years. It develops a single pothole. A single pothole is sufficient enough to destroy the entire project. Instead of coming in as fast as they can to fix that pothole, they will wait for this road to be demolished completely beyond repair. And they start seeking to have further funding in form of loans to construct new roads. This is how we have wasted our public resources, through lack of strategic management and poor decision making. This is all corruption. Then what must we do? Must we surrender in slavery? The answer is no. To have an awakened population that is able to stand up and say, you know guys, enough is enough. Is one of the acts of heroism today. This is all that our society wants. You can see that after the noise that the people made over the graft and misconduct in Parliament, there is some action that has been taken. And trust me, had it not been for that noise, there would be nothing done up to this day. And that's why an awakened population, just like one that we see in Kenya, is one of the greatest assets that a country can ever have. I thank you.